Most people believe their biggest problem is outside. Lack of money, lack of opportunities, lack of support. But the truth is much deeper than that. The real struggle is within. It is the inability to control your own mind, because a restless mind creates a restless life, and a disciplined mind creates power. Let me tell you a story.
There was a young man named Arav. He was intelligent, full of potential, and deeply ambitious. But there was one problem. His mind never stayed still. Whenever he tried to focus, his thoughts would wander. When he planned something, doubt would interrupt. When he started something, distractions would pull him away. It felt like his own mind was working against him. And slowly, frustration began to grow. Arav wanted success. He had goals, dreams, and ideas, but every time he tried to act, something stopped him. One day it was fear. Another day, it was overthinking. Sometimes it was laziness, disguised as, "I'll do it later." And the worst part, he knew he was capable of more, but he couldn't control himself. One evening, feeling completely lost, Arav went for a walk. He needed silence. He needed clarity. As he walked, he noticed an old monk sitting under a tree, calm, still, unbothered. There was something different about him, a kind of presence. He has a quiet strength. Arav sat near him. After a few minutes, he asked, "How do you stay so calm?" The monk looked at him and smiled. Then he said something simple. "You are not struggling with the world. You are struggling with your own mind." Arav listened carefully. The monk continued, "The mind is like a monkey. It jumps from one thought to another. And if you don't control it, it will control you." Those words hit him deeply. For the first time, Arav realized his problem wasn't lack of ability. It was lack of control. His thoughts were running freely, without direction, without discipline. Arav asked, "So, how do I control my mind?" The monk replied, "You don't control it in one day. You train it every day." He gave Arav a simple practice. Sit quietly for a few minutes daily. Focus on your breath and watch your thoughts without reacting. At first it felt impossible. Arav couldn't sit still for even 2 minutes. His mind kept drifting. He became irritated, restless, but he didn't stop because for the first time he understood what he was fighting. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Slowly, something began to change. His thoughts didn't disappear, but they became quieter, more controlled, more organized. He started noticing his patterns. When fear came, he observed it. When doubt appeared, he didn't immediately believe it. When distractions called, he resisted them. For the first time, he wasn't reacting. He was choosing. With this new control, Arav's actions changed. He could focus longer, work deeper, think clearly. Tasks that once felt difficult became manageable. Decisions that once felt confusing became simple, because a focused mind cuts through chaos. One day, Arav returned to the monk. This time, something was different. He wasn't restless anymore. There was calmness in his voice, clarity in his thinking. He said, "My life is changing, but nothing outside has changed." The monk smiled. That is how real change works. When you control your mind, you don't need to control everything else. The monk then shared one final insight. Your mind is your greatest tool, but if left uncontrolled, it becomes your biggest enemy. Most people try to change their life without changing their mind, and that is why they stay stuck. Years passed. Arav became successful, not just in work, but in life. He handled pressure without breaking, made decisions without panic, stayed focused when others were distracted. People thought he had changed his circumstances, but the truth was different. He had mastered his mind. So here is the truth. This line is a shift. Up until now, you've told a story. But here, You are pulling the listener out of the story and bringing them face to face with reality. You're saying, this is not just Airav's story. This is your life. You don't need more time. Most people believe they would succeed if they just had more time. But look closely. Everyone has the same 24 hours. The difference is not time, it's how the mind uses that time. A distracted mind wastes hours. A focused mind multiplies them. You don't need more resources. People often think success comes from having more money, better tools, or the right environment. But history shows something different. People with fewer resources have built extraordinary lives because they had control over their thinking. Without mental discipline, even unlimited resources get wasted. You don't even need more opportunities. This is where most people get uncomfortable. They wait. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect chance. But opportunities are everywhere. The problem is not the absence of opportunities, it's the inability to recognize and act on them. And that ability comes from a trained mind. What you need is control over your mind. This is the core truth. Your mind is like a command center. Every decision, every action, every reaction starts there. If your mind is scattered, your life becomes scattered. If your mind is disciplined, your life becomes directed. Because once your mind is disciplined, your actions become powerful. Discipline removes hesitation. It removes overthinking. It removes emotional reactions. When your mind is stable, your actions are not random anymore. They become intentional, focused, consistent, and powerful actions don't need to be loud. They just need to be repeated. And once your actions are powerful, your life begins to change. This is where transformation happens, not in one big moment, but in small, controlled actions, repeated daily. A disciplined mind creates disciplined actions. Disciplined actions create results. And results, over time, reshape your entire life. So, the real question is not, can you succeed? Most people ask the wrong question. They doubt their ability. They question their luck. They wonder if success is even possible for them. But that's not the real issue, because success is not reserved for a few. It is built by those who can control themselves. The real question is, can you control your thoughts when it matters most? This is the real test, not when life is easy, not when everything is going well, but in critical moments. When fear appears, can you stay calm? When doubt arises, can you stay focused? When distractions pull you, can you stay disciplined? That moment decides everything, because that is where everything begins. Every success, every failure, every decision, every outcome starts as a thought. Before action, there is thinking. Before results, there is mindset. So, if you want to change your life, you don't start outside, you start within. A powerful mind is not one that never gets distracted. It is one that returns to focus again and again, no matter what happens.